The Israeli army says it has killed the commander of Hamas's military wing. It says Mohammed Deif was killed in an attack on a building in Khan Younis, southern Gaza, 3 weeks ago. Hamas is yet to confirm the reports. All right, let's get you more on these breaking developments. Nour joins us now from Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Nour, tell us about the significance of the timing of this announcement by Israeli authorities.
It's very significant, Layla, because we have to kind of take a step back and see what has been happening over the past 24 hours. Israel striking in the heart of Beirut, the heart of Tehran. There were strikes also, or explosions reported in Syria, in Iraq, and now the confirmation that the top military commander in Hamas's military wing has been assassinated in Khan Younis. So Israel really trying to recover its deterrence, which is a deeply ingrained perspective in the security establishment in Israel, that Israel must always maintain the ability to strike in the heart of where its adversaries are, to be able to reach whoever it wants, whenever it wants. And right now, with this confirmation, if Hamas corroborates it, what we have is Israel eliminating the top of the Hamas political wing, the top of the Hamas military wing, and a lot of the senior commanders of the Hamas military wing. So the circle closing, and Netanyahu trying to recover his image as a leader of Israel that can protect it. So a lot going on, really, and we'll have to see how Hamas reacts and if it confirms that big hit.
Right. Now, okay, Nour, I'm told we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so very much for now. And I'd like to take you now to Deir el-Balah, to Hani Mahmoud, who is standing by. Hani, have you heard of the news? Has it been confirmed where you are?
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet by Hamas or the military wing whether the commander of the military wing of Hamas has been eliminated, as the Israeli military confirmed in their statement. But here on the ground, we haven't heard any official statement. In fact, since the attack took place, and that was the Israeli narrative, and it kept pushing for that kind of narrative up till this moment. We don't have any confirmation or any comments from any of the political level in Hamas or any of the military level or any kind of statements, not even online on website statement. But this is the kind of things that we have heard in the past, a statement after a statement by the Israeli military confirming their own actions that are hardly to verify on the ground. Just one example to point out how difficult it is to verify any of these statements on the ground. The Israeli military at some point issued a statement talking about the elimination of some 800 militants, as they described them here across the Gaza Strip, but without giving any solid evidence of who were these militants, or they were targeted, where they were coming from, what they were names. And there were multiple times the pictures of supposedly targeted targets that they were eliminated by the Israeli military. And a few hours later, 2 days later, we discovered that many of them have already been dead years ago, or some of them are actually out of the Gaza Strip, or the majority of them are just civilians who have no connections whatsoever with any of the Israeli claims. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what happened. The images and the videos released by the Israeli military, they're showing the following. It's an aerial footage of a drone of the 1-ton bomb. So that is the bunker buster bomb that fell on al-Mawasi and caused this huge explosion right in the middle of a side of a tent camp. But so far, what we know that the attack killed close to 85 people, majority of them the displaced Palestinians from across the Gaza Strip. That's what's available on the ground. Other than this, it's hard to verify.
Hard to verify. Hani Mahmoud, thank you so very much for your reporting. Greatly appreciated. All right, and here with me on the set is Adel Ghafar, Director of the Foreign Policy and Security Program at the Middle East Council on Global Affairs. So good to have you back with us. So if this is confirmed that Mohammed Deif reportedly killed in an attack on a building in Khan Younis about 3 weeks ago, what could that potentially mean for the trajectory of this war?
Well, we have to look at this within the context of domestic Israeli politics. Prime Minister Netanyahu remains very unpopular, and some recent opinion polls show that 70% of Israelis want him out. These most recent assassinations of Hamas political wing and Hamas military wing puts him in better standing domestically to pursue a ceasefire. In addition to that, the Knesset now is on summer recess, so his coalition is safe for the next few months. So I think he will be making the calculation that now he can potentially go towards a ceasefire, highlighting Israel is coming at it from a position of strength.
It's quite remarkable in terms of, just a quick succession of all these developments. It's notable.
That is indeed notable. So that might be what Netanyahu is angling for, to move towards the ceasefire from a position of strength. But the wild card here is the Iranian response to the assassination of the Hezbollah commander and the assassination of Haniyeh on Iranian soil. Will Iran retaliate forcefully to expand this conflict or not? That is the key question now that we'll know in the next couple of 48 hours.
In the next 48 hours. Now, if this is confirmed, it would mean, or would it mean, that Israel has achieved the objectives that it had set out at the beginning of its campaign in Gaza?
That is correct. Of course, the full eradication of Hamas is not really possible, because ultimately Hamas is an ideology. But by eliminating the top leaders and also some of the rank and file commanders, again, Netanyahu can go to his public and sell this as a huge win, and then go down the road of the negotiated ceasefire. But in the same time, as we discussed earlier, there remains multiple sticking points on this ceasefire deal when it happens. We still do not know who's going to look after the security situation and day after. In the long term, we don't know who's going to be in charge of the governance of Gaza. We don't know if Israel will return the Philadelphia corridor to Egypt. And finally, we don't know when the refugees will be allowed to return to northern Gaza. So all of these smaller details need to be negotiated before an actual ceasefire happens.
All right. Now, what does this all mean for Hamas, though? Is it seriously weakened now?
Hamas is definitely weakened with the assassination of its leader. But as I mentioned to you, Hamas is more of an ideology that will likely live on if the conditions of occupation still exist. But of course, it is very weakened. But in the same time, they're not just dealing with Hamas, they're also dealing with its backers, such as Iran.
All right. Abdel Ghafar, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate you weighing in on this breaking development.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.